Hi, this is James Dator for CatScratchReader.com, coming to you after the Panthers' 5th loss of the season, falling to the Dallas Cowboys 19-14. This season hasn't gone the way the Panthers expected, and this game was no different. Cam Newton is the story every single week for the Panthers. He remains again this week. A end zone interception. He has a knack when it gets to be in situations where it's on him to win the game. He comes back and makes a mistake, and this was a pretty bad one. Towards the end of the game, he got pretty erratic also when the game was on the line during the final drive. A lot of that wasn't Cam's fault. He didn't really have receivers to throw to. The offensive line were letting him down. But the big stories about this game are really the running backs weren't used enough yet again. D'Angelo Williams in particular had 2 carries. 2. It's his fewest that I can remember as a Panther. I'm sure you come back over the statistics, you'll find it's probably the fewest since his rookie season. Jonathan Stewart only had 10. This is a position where the Panthers have invested $80 million over the next 5 years in 2 running backs, 12 carries a game. That's just not enough to get them involved. It doesn't look like the Panthers really learned anything from their bye week mistakes, at least on offense. The story's a little bit better on defense, and if you're going to take solace in any kind of a loss, look at some of the positives. The big one here is Luke Kuechly. 15 tackles, back in at middle linebacker, filling in for John Beeson. Really set himself apart. He's all over the field. He's making plays. Middle linebacker is his natural position. This is where Kuechly needs to be permanently. Again, 15 tackles for Kuechly, had a really great day. Thomas Davis, too. Even if you're not a Panthers fan, it's hard to not feel for the guy. He has, coming back from his 3rd ACL injury, first time any players tried to do it. Today he had 10 tackles and a critical forced fumble where he punched the ball out against Miles Austin, resulting in a huge turnover. TD has been just all over the field all year. He's making a point. He's proving himself. It was just a really great day. The Panthers' pass rush was doing okay given the circumstances. Phil Castro, Dallas Cowboys center, went out early. Panthers couldn't really capitalize from their interior pass rushers. On the edge, rookie Frank Alexander got the start, starting over Greg Hardy. That looks like that could be a permanent move for the Panthers, and it really paid dividends, particularly in the run game. And now, granted, they didn't have to stop DeMarco Murray, who missed this week with a knee injury, but Felix Jones is no slouch, and they did a good job covering him. The Panthers were also without starting cornerback Chris Gamble, who, depending who you talk to, could be the Panthers' most valuable defensive player. He being out, that really opened things up, but it didn't really hurt the Panthers too badly. Des Bryant was kept fairly quiet. Miles Austin had one drive where he really hurt the Panthers on 2 20-plus yard receptions, one for a touchdown, but really those weren't the plays that hurt the Panthers. Overall, it was just a lack of consistency on the offensive side of the ball, not running the ball enough, not setting up the pass, making the same mistakes we saw prior to the bye week, and that's what's so disheartening. Cam Newton can't do this alone, and he will take all of the blame again, but he ended up generating 297 yards of total offense by himself, both passing and on the ground, and he had 6 carries for 64 yards on the day. That's over 10 yards a carry. He's picking up downs. He's making plays happen. He's doing what he can, but he needs more help. The only reliable receiver he has to go to right now is Steve Smith. He's the only one who can split a zone. But at 1-5, these are those kind of situations and those kind of problems that you can't fix mid-season. So it looks like the rest of the season is going to be just about getting out of 2012, looking towards the draft, looking towards free agency, getting this fixed. And unfortunately, it's going to take some time. This is James Dator for CatScratchReader.com, part of the SB Nation Network.